Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we'll talk about mindful eating. And sometimes it might sound a little bit overwhelming, maybe even weird, when you hear about mindful eating. But what is mindful eating? And really, it's all about being in the moment and being aware of the food and drink we put in our bodies. And it's really more about observing and not judging. We observe how the food makes us feel and observe what we feel in our bodies, what signals um, the food gives to our body. When you think about the taste or maybe satisfaction that we feel or the fullness that we feel um, after eating. And really, it's all about the simple acknowledgement and acceptance, right? No judgment, just accepting the feelings, the thoughts, and the sensations we have in our body. And like I said, mindful eating isn't about being perfect, of like always eating the right things or, never going to a fast food or going through a drive through. It's all about observing and accepting. It's not about strict rules or going on the diet and counting calories. It's really all about focusing your senses and being present as you eat your food. And maybe while you're eating, shopping or cooking the food. Now, that doesn't really sound like something that there's a strict step by step guide that you can follow. So, we have an example for you so you can follow along and give you a better sense on how to do mindful eating.
So with mindful eating, you can actually do it with foods, any food, like was previous said. You can do it with a sandwich, salad, or even something that you've never had before. Willingness to try like a small bite of something new that you're kind of nervous about. Mindful eating can definitely be helpful. Um, so during this example, I will be using the example of chocolate, but just so to understand and hear the steps, but really you can use it on any type of food you choose. This is also a great way for if your kids are picky eaters or if yourself is a picky eater and not sure about willing to try something new, to try this. And again, it's just to try and be present. You do use all your senses for this and just to be present in what you're eating. Um, so I'll be using chocolate. So instead of chocolate, you can use whatever piece of food you want. So the first thing you want to do is just really look at your food item. Really notice maybe they have looks like they different coloring. Um, Maybe like for chocolate, they have a shape to it, and really just looking at it and understanding it and seeing it. You can bring it up to your nose, smell it. Maybe it smells delicious to you. Maybe you're a little more hesitant. Just looking at it and smelling it. Just take time for that. And as you're doing that, you can also, maybe there is a little sound to it if you're holding, while you're holding it, the food item. And just taking time and acknowledging what you're looking at and what you're about to eat. After you do that, after you take your time, you can take a small bite of your food item. So, a small bite of chocolate, small bite of a salad, chicken, just a small bite. And when you bite into it, do you hear a noise? Is there a crunch to it? Is there no noise? And as you're chewing on it, does it, for like chocolate, does it melt in your mouth? Does it stay, is it still kind of firm feeling? What is the texture of your food that's in your mouth? Really keep your mind on that. Do you enjoy the taste? Is it easily to chew, or is it a little harder to chew? Just taking that moment. And when you're ready, you can take another bite. And remember, the bites that you take are small. And really just, again, listen, and taste, and feel the texture that's in your mouth. See if it's hot or if it's cold. If there's multiple layers, like if you were to eat a salad or a sandwich. Or is it just one layer, like just a regular piece of chocolate? Enjoy those bites. So again, mindfulness eating is really about being present into what you're knowing, into what you're eating. And as you're doing the mindfulness, is your stomach getting full? Are you feeling more full? Maybe you need to eat a little bit more. Just taking your time, being in the present, and enjoying your food. Again, can happen with any type of food. For foods you've never eaten before to foods you might have loved, and maybe now you find a new fondness for it when you're doing mindful eating. We want to remind you as well that if you're a student or you feel like clinical counseling is still available for this year during this distant time, just contact your administration at your school and they can help you further along. Thank you so much for participating and I hope you enjoy your food.